Hey there, welcome back to the channel, Shubham this side, and welcome to this quick Python crash course. Now the aim of this project is to work with Pillow library along with Python to build an image generator. So what we are going to do is, we are going to utilize some pre-made templates and then our task is to fill these templates with content. Now, if you have seen any type of weather post, if you have seen any type of weather page on Twitter, on Instagram, usually they are going to follow a pre-format. Now think about adding data regularly on these pre-format. How about we automate it? So if you talk about these pre-format, we have to add data for every state, maybe every country, and we are going to follow a simple image format. If you look on my side, you will see we are going to have some post like this, some template like this, and we need to add automated data. Instead of doing this manually daily, we can just automate it. So what we are going to do is, we are going to utilize OpenWeatherMap API, fetch some data. It can be according to your city, your state, or your country. Fetch that data and add that data on this particular template. And the specific aim of this project is to utilize Google for every single thing. We are going to utilize to understand about Pillow. We are going to utilize Google to search about the different methods related to Pillow. And we are going to utilize Google for a lot of things. The specific aim, the quick demo, or whatever you want to hear is, the final statement about this project is to utilize Google to do everything. Now remember, you have basic knowledge of Python before jumping onto this crash course. The aim is to work with Pillow library, to work with Python and how Python is utilized with images. We are not going to learn the basics of Python, we are just going to implement everything. This is actually a part of my bigger bundle. Here I'm just trying to create a quick crash course so every one of you can get knowledge about Pillow and how we are going to work with Google. The next thing is, if you are someone who is trying to work with different other projects, understand Django framework, how to create a Twitter bot, and a lot of other things, make sure to check out my complete bundle in which we work with more than 10 projects along with Python basics to advanced and then data structures and algorithm. You can utilize coupon code YouTube to get extra 10% off. Now let's check out the project statement and demo itself. Hey there, welcome back. Now we are going to work on a new project in which we are going to utilize different Python library to bring out a solution to this current problem statement. So we need to automate designing of social media post for our weather forecast page. That means we need to publish content in the form of social media images. We need to design these images and we need to automate the process of the information. So suppose if I am designing an image for weather forecast for UK, I need to automate the task to fetch data in the form of cities for temperature as well as humidity. Similarly, if I need to do this for India or maybe for US, I need to automate this task. Now for this, either we can extract data in the form of web scraping, or what we can do is we can utilize API. So we have OpenWeatherMap. We can utilize their free API to get all the information. The next thing is, to write on images or to design images, we can use a library called Pillow. So if you search about this Pillow, you will get more information about it. Once that is done, you are all set to work with OpenWeatherMap API as well as this current Python project. So here, if I need to give you a quick demo, this is our current code and you don't have to understand anything right now. We will jump on to everything step by step. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run this one and show you how it is going to work. So here, if I jump onto my folder, you can see I have two blank posts. So this is the design on which we are going to work. We have to automate the task to write the content in this particular image. And this is the other one for stories. Now here, if I run this one, that's done. Now if I jump onto my folder, here you can see I have designed the information. This is for India, this is for UK, and this is for US. And I have also designed them in the form of PDF. So I hope you got the idea. What we are going to do is we are going to automate all the tasks to get all the information in the form of date and time. And we also get the information for each city for their temperature as well as humidity. That's done. I hope you got the idea what we are going to do with this project. It's pretty simple. All we are doing is using the basic Python knowledge. Thank you for following. Let us start our journey from the next lecture. I hope this lecture was helpful and I see you guys in the next one. Now let us start our journey with OpenWeatherMap API. So the first thing you have to do is either search about OpenWeatherMap API or you can just simply search about WeatherMap API. There will be several ads as well as several other results. Just make sure you search about this, which is OpenWeatherMap API, and just open this one. Now here you will have different options regarding the API. Currently we are going to use free API as well as we will understand about the documentation. Remember, the major aim of this project is to search Google for every single thing if we have any doubt. So we will have a practice how developers search. We will also understand how to get information from different blogs or different other websites. So the first thing I'm seeing here is about the documentation if I need to get information about my current weather data. And I can subscribe. So if I click here, you will see I have a free API option which give me 60 calls per minute. That means I can send 60 requests, as well as there are good number of, I think it's 1 million calls per month. That will be enough for us. So let me first subscribe to this. That means I need to register here. So all I have to do is just select a username. Here I need to pass my email address, password. Now once that is done, all I have to do is verify my account. So I have verified it on the other side since I cannot open my mail here. So I have verified it. And if I refresh this one, okay, the message is gone. So I have verified my account. This is my current username. And this looks fine to me. The next thing I need to do is I need to open that page again. And here I have API docs. So this is the information that I have that I can utilize this API call with the help of this link. I just need to enter the city name as well as my API key. Now how to get this API key? Just let me jump here. Here I have options for API key and this is my current API key. Remember, this is an important point that this API key takes few hours to get activated. So if you have created a new account right now, or if you have created a new API key here, that means these API key will take few hours to get activated. So don't worry if your project is not working just after this lecture. You don't have to worry much. So let me copy this one for now and try to get some data. So if I paste this here and try to get information about Jaipur, you might try London, you might try maybe New York. So this is Jaipur and here I need to paste my API key. And at this point of time you can see it's invalid API key. Why? Because this key will take few hours to get activated and I have to wait for that. The next thing I want to talk about is the other parameters with this particular API. And after that we will be accessing this again, or I will be creating a new API. So the first thing is here we can access data with the help of city name. Remember, we can pass different parameters. So the first thing is this is our particular URL which is going to remain fixed, and you can get this updated link just by visiting this OpenWeatherMap .org/current, or you can just jump onto this API and get this API doc. Because I don't know when you are watching, maybe this version is 2.6, 2.7, so it's better you get the API docs. And this will also help you to understand everything with the help of official documentation. So this is the API call, and the thing is we have to pass city name, and here we need to pass our API ID, API key. So these are our parameters, which is first is Q. You can see this parameter means city names, state code, country code, and different other things. And then we have app ID, which is required, and we need to pass our unique API key. Then we have several other parameters like mode. That means we need to get values in the form of XML or HTML. And then we have units, so we can get the weather in the form of Kelvin, that is by default. Then we have degree Celsius, then we have degree Fahrenheit. So we have information about this also. So if I click here, you can see I get more information. So for temperature in Fahrenheit, we need to use specific unit. For temperature in Celsius, we need to use specific units, which is metric, and by default it is Kelvin. So that's done for this, and we have options for language also. So if I learn more about this, there are different languages in which we can get data. So I'm just going by default with English. So this is some example call. You can see we have query is London, and then we need to pass our API key. Okay, this looks fine. I hope you got some idea about this. Now the next thing is we can extract lot of information with free API in the form of the locations according to latitude as well as longitude. We can also get humidity data, pressure, wind, and all other stuff. We can also extract data in the form of zip code or according to different cities of a country or maybe of a state. So there are different options that you can look for. Also make sure you scroll down a bit and get other information. The thing is we are using free API, so we might face several restrictions. Otherwise this will work very well if someone is using for paid purpose. If I scroll up a bit and see my result. So if I pass this sample API, which is London, and then if we add our API key, we are going to get a result in the form of this JSON, this type of result. So let me see if my API is working. Nope, it's still not activated. So in the next lecture, what I am going to do is I am going to wait for this to get activated, and then we start fetching our result and jump onto our editor. I hope you got basic idea about this OpenWeatherMap API, about its documentation, and how to get our own API key. So in the next lecture, let us continue about this and start working with our editor. Hey there, welcome back. Now in this lecture, let us start our work with our API data. So the first thing I have to do is I have to check if my API is activated or not. So if I jump here, and this is still the same page where we left in the previous lecture, and if I refresh this one now, you can see I have some data. So let me zoom it a bit. So this is currently minified. That means this is not formatted. So if I need to read for myself as a user, if I need to read this data, what I can do is I can search about JSON formatter or JSON beautify. You will see I have several results. So if I just search about it, open any website. So these all website, any website you can open, they do same task. That is to either format in the form of beautify or minify. You can open any website. And here you can also search about JSON beautifier, and you can open any website. All you have to do is just copy this content, and here you have to paste here. So this is much readable. Now here you can see in our result we are getting coordinate in the form of longitude and latitude. Then we have information about the weather. We have some main information for temperature, maximum, minimum, humidity, and then we have several other information. So we are going to use this data, and Then we are going to fetch information like this temperature as well as this humidity. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto my editor. Here I have created a folder called Fire Design. Inside this I have two images, which is post.png and story.png. You can directly download them from resource, or you can directly visit this particular link to access them. The next thing is I have created this file, and this is my TKF file, which we will be talking about a bit later. So the main thing is our .py file for now. Inside this we are going to do all our tasks. So this is our current data. Now how I am going to access this data? Suppose if I have no information, I have to Google, right? So just search about it. Now here if I search about OpenWeatherMap API Python, you will get a lot of information. You will also get several blog posts on how to use that, how to get this content and all the other stuff. So if I jump here, you can also see they have some direct information that we can install this OpenWeatherMap, and then we can do several stuff. But I want to do task with the help of this API link itself. So let me check this one. Also I have several other results. Okay, they are using this API link. If I see other results, this is short and simple. So let me copy this one, paste it here. So we are using request module, then we are using JSON. So if you are getting an error regarding this request, make sure you just do pip install and then request this one. And we have JSON, which is inbuilt. Here I need to pass my API key. Let me do that first. So this is going to be my API key. I'm not going to take latitude, longitude. I'm going to take location directly. So currently if you check that, I'm accessing information with the help of location. So I can do that. That will not be an issue. Here let me remove this link for now, and I will be adding a predefined link. What I just did is I just took the same link and added up one more parameter, which is about metric. So if you see here, I have added unit as metric. I have this link here. I have just added the formatting for my city, and I need to define my city. At this point of time, my city is Jaipur. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to request the content, and I'm going to send a GET request to this URL. I'm going to get a response, and then I need to fetch that response. I need to fetch the text data, and all I have to do is just load inside my JSON, and I'm going to print that. This looks fine. Now you can use your terminal, CMD, or just the inbuilt terminal with our VS Code. If I run this one, you can see I got this information. Now this information might not be readable for you, so all you can do is just format with the help of this beautifier, and just search about this JSON beautifier or JSON formatter, and then you will get a proper idea about this. So that's done. That's our first task. Here we are taking data in the form of a single city. At this point of time, I'm not fetching any type of data. That will be quite easy. We can just directly fetch data in the form of our temperature, our humidity. Our next task is to talk about these images. So if I open this one, so this is our predefined image. That means we have this image already designed. You can design this according to your requirement on Canva or any other free image editor. You can also design this story format also. So both work fine. I strongly recommend for the test purpose, you can just download them. That will be easy for you. So now our major aim is to add a heading here, add our date and time here, add information about the city name, and then their temperature as well as the humidity. So this is going to be our major task. So what I'm going to do is I need to search how to write on image. Since I am a beginner, I don't have any idea, so I need to do that first. So for now, we just got the information about the data in our text editor. Now in the next lecture, let us talk about how to write on image as well as just start working with this API content. Hey there, welcome back. Now in this lecture, we'll be talking about a library that can help us to write on images in Python. So if I jump on to Google right now, I think this is done for now. Let me close this one. And if I jump here and try to search about write on image in Python, here you will see we will get different results. We will also get idea about what type of library I should prefer. So I will get a different idea. You can see this is PIL, which is Pillow. I can install this one actually. Here you can see if I need to create image, I can utilize this. And here you will see complete installation process. Okay, this looks fine. I think I can utilize it. So let me search about it. So we are going to utilize this Pillow. So to install it, all you have to do is pip install Pillow. Make sure to use this capital P. And if I check about its documentation, yeah, this looks fine. It will have complete information. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to install this one. I already have this package, so I don't need to install this right now. Make sure you install this, just do pip install Pillow. You can copy this one and paste it. So we are going to utilize this Pillow Python, that is Pillow. Now I also need to see how they are going to write it. So they are going to import the image as well as image draw, and you can directly understand about them very easily. So we have different methods. If I need to create a new image, I am going to use .new, I think. And to save this, I need to use .save. But I don't need to create an image. I already have an image, which is this one. So I have this image and I need to write over them. Okay, this is going to be .open. So I need to use this method .open. And I'm going to select an image on which I'm going to write. So I need to use .open and then image draw, something like this. And then my text, then my save. Okay, this looks fine. What you can do is you can check several codes, several websites to get information on how to use that. Otherwise, this is going to work well for any method for Pillow that you want to understand. So we are going to use this image draw, and you are going to understand a lot about this. So let me open different other blogs so you will get a better understanding. Import Pillow library, then choose an image, font selection, render text, export. This looks fine to us. So we just did this one. We now need to import this. Okay, let me copy this one. Paste it here. I need to choose an image. Okay, I have already an image and now I need to open it. This looks fine. Just copy this one. So after getting all this information, I'm going to do it here. So my image will be this. So this is my variable name and here I'm going to open my image. So it is post.png. Okay, this looks fine. Then we need to select a font. Okay, so this is going to be our font actually, and this is going to be our font size. And this is TTF, that is true type font. So if you need to download any type of TTF, all you can do is search Google. Here I have selected a font called Inter. So if I need to get that, I have to do Inter TTF. and you can see I got enter Google font. I can just select this one. Whichever style I need, I can select that. I think this will work fine. Medium 500. Select the style and I can just download all. Once that is done, all you have to do is extract it. So you will have a static folder inside that, and you will have all the types that you have selected, that is extra light, light, regular, medium, and all the other. So just extract that and store them in a folder. So what I did is I just selected this one, this particular one, and extracted it and named it as enter. Your name will be enter-medium-500 according to the font selected. So this one you have selected right now. So just make sure you paste it in the same folder. That will be easy for you. Now let me jump back to that particular blog. Okay, we have to select this one. Let me copy this here and paste it here. So my TTF will be enter, and it is in the same directory, so I don't have to do anything. And the size I need is 50, so I should just mention it. So size equals to 50. That's done. So that's my text font. Let me name it as font only. Get back here. Once that is done, now all I have to do is pass all my content into .draw and then .text. I'm going to take this for now. So my text, that is my content, will be about latest weather forecast. I'm going to call it as content. And then I'm going to draw, so I'm going to call it as draw. And here I'm going to use this draw.text. So let me just take it above. I need to pass my image here, and this is going to be my content. Just a second, I will explain you everything. And this is going to be my color actually. So for now I'm going to take color as 255, 255, 255. So I should mention that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention my color in a separate way, and I am going to pass it here. So this is in the form of RGB. Here is my coordinates. So my coordinates in my image where I need to post that. So if you need to find coordinates for any image, just open the folder, right click on the image, click on the edit option. Here it is, and you will get an option like this for your image. And if you just see this bottom, you can see the width as well as height for each coordinate. So if I need to write something here, it will be 136308. If I need to write something here, it will be 45 and 55. So we are going to do something like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass coordinates. So suppose if I need to write exactly here, if I need to write my latest weather forecast, if I need to write here, I think I should go with 55 and 50, something around. So let me take 55 and 50. This looks fine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my image, open this one, draw on my image. That means I'm going to take this image into draw mode, select my font, content and color, and then draw the text over this particular image. I need to then save, and I also have option to show. So if you remember these, I can save it, and I also have option to show. So we have starting coordinate, we have text color in RGB, and then we have font style. I guess you have idea now. Now the next thing is we just need to export the content. So all we have to do is .save, and this looks fine. So let me close this one for now. I think you got the idea, right? Let me just keep this one. And I hope you got the idea about this searching. This is something pretty important for you right now. Other thing, you can just learn about them throughout the journey of different projects. But searching is something that you can only learn when you keep on practicing different searches. So this looks fine. All I have to do is just save my image for now. So I'm going to do is just use my image dot save, and I just need to pass a name. So I'm going to give it a name as test.png. Let me save this one. If I run this right now, let's see if we get any error. Nope. We are printing our data, which we got. Then we have selected our image, and that's all done. So if I open my folder right now, I have a new image, which is test. Open this one. Okay, we have written this content, which is latest weather forecast. And if I just go back to my image, this was the initial stage. This is now. Now I hope you got the idea how we are going to do that. At this point of time, I just took the perfect size. Otherwise, maybe your size was 10, maybe your color was something different, and maybe this was 10 or 20. And if I save this one, if I run this again, and if I open this image, which is my test, you can see this small text. This is our latest weather forecast. So I hope you got the idea that by chance or maybe by my practice, we got a perfect size. So let me take 50 as our perfect size, and I need to take coordinates. So all I have to do is just check again. It was somewhat 55. Yeah, 55 and 50. That should be right? So let me take 55 and 50. Save this one, run this again, jump back to my folder, open this image. Okay, we are writing this good. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to write our date. So that means we are designing post daily. So we need to write the day, maybe Monday, Tuesday, whatever the day is, and the date. So if the date is maybe November 10, 2020, or maybe November 10, 2021, whatever the date is, we need to write that. Then we have to just jump onto this and just get our data. So I hope you got the idea about this Pillow library. My major aim with this lecture was to give you understanding about how to search properly on Google. Because if you can search things, you will get an idea about different methods, different tutorial, as well as how to use these methods. It might take some time, it will take some errors. Also, it will take several blog posts to get these type of result. I hope you got the idea. In the next lecture, let us continue this and also talk about how to position everything. That means our content, and how to fetch date and time. Hey there, welcome back. Now in this lecture, let us work on adding content in the form of date as well as the day that we are working. We have this image. So this is the image that we are currently working. And here we have added some text. That's done. Now we need to add some text here. So I should change the color to white first, and I need to add the date and time. Let me remove this one. So remember, this is the image that we are working on, and for each text that we need to add, we need font, which is this font. Then we need content in the form of text, which is this, and then we have color, which are in the form of RGB, and here we have X and Y coordinates. So you just need to remember that, or I can just replace it, these X and Y coordinates, in the form of separate variable. So I'm going to take X and Y. Now why I'm doing this is because for every time we are writing new content, we need to follow this format. Since each text, each content extra we are adding on the image can have different size, can have different font, the text can be different, the color can be different, as well as this is going to be surely different. That means our position in the form of width as well as height. So this is going to be different for each and every new text that we are adding. So once we select this image, we save this. Between this, we are going to repeat this multiple times. I hope you got some basic idea. Now we need to work with date and time. So the first thing I'm going to do is definitely going to do a Google search. So I know we can just directly do from date and time, import our date, and then we can just select date.today. But let's search Google for today. So what I need to do is date time Python. Just do this and see what we get. So we have different results. Let me select this one. I think I have opened this multiple times. We can also open this, but let's see. I don't need this in this particular format. I need it either in the format like this or maybe a proper sequence. That means text. So convert date into text Python. Let's see what we get. Okay, we have this. I can do either something like this. Yeah, this looks fine. I think we can use this. Okay, so let me jump here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import my from date time. I need to import my date. Once that is done, let me copy this whole content because we are adding a new text. So this will be different and the color will be changed. So let me select the color, RGB color for black. You can see this is the RGB color for black and this is for white. Just remember, we are trying to do maximum Google search at this point of time, so you understand how to do everything. So we are going to select 000. Since we have a background of black here, so this was blue and this is going to be black. So on black I'm going to write with white. So I'm still going to use 255 for white, and here I need to add content. So for date, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the today's date, which will be today, and I just need to do date.today. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use strf time. So this was the library that I was talking about. I need to select strf time. So I just got my today's date, and then I can utilize this strf time, and then I can pass the information like this to print them out. This looks fine to me. So all I have to do is just jump back, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my content and I'm going to select my date. So date dot today, and inside that I can just directly apply my strf time. So it will be strf time, and then I need to pass information. So if I jump here, I need to pass information like this, what type of content I need. So I need the day, so full weekday name, which is %A dash, and then I need the month name capital, full month name, which is %B, and the day, which is %T, and then the year, it is going to be capital Y, I guess. Yes. So if I jump here, all I have to do is use capital B, capital small d actually, and then I have %Y. This looks fine to me. Here I need to use capital B. Okay, this is going to be my content, and I just need to print at a position. So if I search my position right now, if I jump here, I need to edit this image, and I'm going to select a position of the sequence of this particular width will be same, which is 55. I just need to change the height. So it is going to be approx, maybe let me try 145. So it is going to be 55 and 145. Let me save this one. Let me take size for 50 right now. Let me also add a show option, image dot show. I think this was the method that we read last lecture. Run this one. Okay, this is pretty big. I should change it to 30, I guess. Make sure you don't call API many times in a single minute or single hour. Remember, we have a limit of 60 per minute, I guess. So if I run this one again with 30, yeah, this is looking fine. So we have latest weather forecast, we have Wednesday, then we have November 11, 2020. So that's done. That's the major part that we were doing till now. Now all we have to do is fetch content, create a list of cities and do all this stuff. I hope you got the idea, and make sure you got the idea about search specifically. So in this lecture what we did is we again created some similar content in which we selected the font. Here our size is different from the previous one. We created some content, so I can remove this right now for now. We created some content with the help of date and time module. We got this information, used this strf time, and then displayed the information. So you can get more information here how I did that. Now if I jump here, I selected a color which was RGB, and then I have information of 255 and I can use black. All you have to do is just a Google search. Then I got a position of X and Y coordinates. That's it. That's done. Now in the next lecture what I am planning to do is I'm going to just get the correct position actually. So at this point of time we don't have positions for each city that we have to write. So we have to write one city here, then one city here, one city here. So I need to get the width and I need to get height for each one of them. Width will be same for all. So this width is going to remain same for all. But I need to get the height. So height will be different for this, height will be different for this one, height will be different for this one. So let's complete this task in the form of position in the next lecture and also try to write some content. Hey there, welcome back. Now in this lecture, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this city into list, and then we are going to loop with this list and write content for each city. So that means if we have multiple cities, suppose we have 5 cities, so we can convert this into list and can have 5 cities, and with each loop we can write the content for each city. That means temperature as well as humidity. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this into a list and just change the name. Let's call me this cities or city list. Now I need to just loop over this. Why I'm doing this? Because we can have multiple cities in the later stage. This is fixed content. That means I have to write this heading, that is latest weather forecast, and then my date. After that I need to use a loop. So I'm going to use for city in my city list, and then I have to do all the task. What type of task? I need to fetch the content as well as I need to store everything. So I don't need to do that here. I can remove this URL because for each city I need to fetch content again and again. So I just need to get my content here, and here I am passing my city, which is this one. Also I need to take this response from here and I need to add this inside my city actually. That means my loop. Now what I'm going to do is, here I have my API key, my city list. I have done all the regular stuff with my current image. Then I started working for each city. This is my city list. I select the first city, which is Jaipur, and then I get the data about Jaipur. I store the data in this particular data point. So I have all my data inside this. Now if I need to write, I need to do something similar, but this time I need to do it 3 times for a single city. Why 3 times? So if I jump back here, open this image, you can see I need to write my city name first, then I need to write my temperature, and then I need to write humidity. So I have to write 3 times. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy this content and remove this print statement for now and add it here for the first time, in which I need to write about the city name, just the city name. So the content will be my city, and I can remove this line. Text size, I think 50 will be fine. And RGB color will be changed to black because I have a white background. So the RGB color for black was 0, 0, 0. We searched about this in the previous lecture. Now the main game is about this position. So if I open this image, right click, edit. If I go to this position, I need to write here the city name. So it will be somewhere around 135 something, I guess 135, 140. So we can take some position. Let me go with 135 and then we can go with 300. Just look at the bottom. You will get an idea. So we can go with 135 and 300 for now. So that's done. So this is the first task. We need to do this for my temperature as well as humidity as well. So if I just run this one for now. Okay, we write this content, then we write Jaipur. And now I need to write the temperature as well as the humidity. Let me close this one. Let me print the data so I can understand how to fetch the data for my temperature. Or I can just check in the Beautify. So I need to copy this again. Remember to keep this content inside loop. So this was for the city name. Now I need to do something similar for my temperature as well as humidity. I'm going to keep size as 50-50. Then I need to remove this data. Here I need to fetch data for my temperature as well as humidity. And I'm going to go with a color of white. So we have a black background. So I can write content in white. And then I need to get a position. So the position should be, I think the height is going to remain same because it was 300 and that worked perfectly fine. So height is going to remain same. And let me go with either 600 and 300. And here either 800, 300 or 810, 300. Let me try this one. So this is going to be 600 and 300. This is going to be 810 and 300. Remember 300 is the height, so we are going to have equal height for all three content. Height from here, height from here, height from here, and that's obvious. So here I'm going to write temperature at this height here and same for this. Now I need to fetch the content. So if I jump back to my API result, so I need to, the first thing is about my coordinate, I don't need to get that. Second thing is about my weather, I don't need to get that. Then we have about base, I don't need to get that. I need to get this main actually. So we have this main which contains temperature and also humidity. So first I need to access this main. So if I jump back here, all I have to do is utilize my data. Now currently this data has all the information about Jaipur, that is my first city, and I'm going to select main here, and then inside this main I'm going to select temperature. So this is going to be for my temperature, and I need to do something similar for my humidity. So here I need to add humidity. Jump back here, this was humidity. Okay. Let me save this one, run this right now. I got an error. Okay, I need to convert this. This should be in the form of str actually. Same follows with the other data. Let me run this one again, delete this. Okay, we got the result, but the font is too small, I guess. So I should change the font. I'm using 30, I should do it 50. Save this one, run this one again. This is much better. Now why I have taken some extra space, because it can be 18.15, then we need some space. I also need to add a degree symbol. I am taking all the information in Celsius. If you remember, I took this metrics, that is unit is equals to metric. Now how to add degree? Okay, how to get this degree character in string in Python? I don't want this UTF-8 one. I think there is some code that I can utilize. I don't remember the code. This should be the code, I guess. In Python 3, we can directly utilize the code. Yeah, this one was the code. In Python 3.3, I guess we can directly use it. If you just search about it again in different other websites, you will get an idea. Yeah, this is the code. And it's going to be Celsius for now. For us actually, here it is for Fahrenheit for this particular result. So all I have to do is just combine them. So I need to use concatenation, and here I just need to pass this code. And here I should pass a percentage symbol actually. Save this one, run this one again. Okay, this looks better, much better. And we have done our first important task, that is to fetch content and add it in our image. I need to do that again with remaining 4 cities. So in the next lecture, let us continue this stuff again. The first major aim is to find the position, and then we can just loop over our cities. So I just need to add my elements in my list and we can do that. I hope you got some idea. In the next lecture, let us continue that. And till then, thank you for following, and I see you guys in the next one. Hey there, welcome back. Now in the previous lecture, we added content for a single city. Now in this lecture, our aim is to add multiple cities and get their correct position. So the first thing I need to talk about is, when I'm taking Jaipur, I'm adding this content to this particular position. That means my coordinate. So for Jaipur, I am following these coordinates. Now the problem is, with each city, I need to change these coordinates. Why? Because for the first city, I'm adding content in the first row. Now in the second city, I need to add content here. So my x coordinate, that is my width, is going to remain same. So it is going to remain at this point only. But the height is going to change. For Jaipur, it was 300, I guess. Yup. Now for the next city, I need to increase the space. That means my height will change for all points. So I need to add another list, I guess, or maybe create a dictionary or tuple, so I can maintain the height of each individual city. Here, if I'm taking Jaipur, I also need to take position for their height. So let me take a second list. I can call this as position, or I can call this as height. Inside this, I'm going to store the coordinates of this particular city. Now, not the city coordinates, but the coordinates where I need to write that particular name, temperature, as well as my humidity. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just store height for now. So this is going to remain same for all. So this is going to be 300. Now let me add a second city. Let me call this as Delhi. So let me find the coordinate for Delhi actually. So let me remove this one. I'm just taking this city. This is not working right now. This is just a variable. I'm not using it. I'm testing the height actually. So I think the height should be at this point, I guess. So it should be somewhere around 435 or 430. So let me take this example as 430. If I save this one, I'm going to write Delhi at 430. Run this one. Okay, this worked fine. Now let me write the same content in the next one so I can get the answer. So I'm going to store this as 430. Now what I need to do is I need to write the same content in the third line. So this will be my third point, and I think the right position should be 560 or maybe 555. Let me test 555 for once. Save this one, run this one again. Okay, this looks fine. Let me find these two. I guess 695 or 690 will be okay. And here 815 will be okay, I guess 810 or 815. So I can go with them. So it was 430, then 555, then I have 690, and it was 815 or 810, I guess. Let me try this. So I'm going to take 5 cities. Jaipur, Delhi, then I have Mumbai. If you are from UK, you can take either London, you can take Manchester, then there are other cities as well. Then if you are from US, you can take New York, Chicago, San Diego, maybe San Francisco, or maybe any other city. So I took 5 cities as well as 5 position. Now what I'm going to do is, for first city, I just need to use a index position. I can take a counter actually. So here I can start a counter. I can just take index equals to 0, and after each count I can increase the counter point. So I can take index and I can increase this, and I can use this index position to fetch the data of my position. So instead of this point, I can use position, and then I can pass this index. So for the first city, I'm going to use index position 0, and I can keep changing it according to my next cities. So this is going to remain same. If I have 5, I have to take this 5. That's it. Now if I try to run this one, I hope it works. Okay, this is working fine. Just I think I need to change the last one. So I need to either take it as 825, I guess. So this was the point of position as 825. Save this one, run this one again. Okay, this is working fine. Now every time I need to create this, all I have to do is just run this file again. That means run my code again, and that's it. It is going to fetch all the content and save it. Now we can do several other small twists. What we can do is we can create loops, multiple loops for different countries. At this point of time, we only have one country, but that means for Indian cities. What if I need to create a list for UK as well as US? So in the next lecture, let us do something like this, in which we are going to take a list of different other countries and try to add multiple loops. We'll be talking about this in the next lecture. I hope you got the idea till now and you are able to design this image. So this is the image, and we are saving with a name of test.png. Let me open this one. Here we have test.png. Yep. This is working fine. So in the next lecture, let us continue that. Hey there, welcome back. So in the previous lecture, we have been doing this task for a single list. Now what if we have multiple lists? So first let me copy paste multiple lists. So at this point of time, I'm only taking list from India. So suppose I have a list for UK. Let me change this to India. And I can also have list for maybe US. And then this is our position. So we have these three lists. And what I can do is I can create a common list. Let me call this list as country list. And inside this country list, I'm going to pass all other lists, which is my UK list. Then I have my India list. Then I have my US list. So that means if I'm going to loop, I'm going to select the first one, which is going to be my UK list. And then I can select again. So let me keep these two separate. And this looks fine. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this image. And I'm going to add this content from here, I guess. Yep. I should create a loop from here. Since I'm going to create three lists, I need to store three images. You have to understand this. The first image is going to be about UK, the second image for this list, the third image is going to be for this list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this post.png for this list, do all this task, save this one in my loop, then create a new image. That means I'm going to select this one again and do this task for India, all this task. Then I need to select my third country and do all this task. So that means it is going to be inside another loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a loop for select my country in my country list. And this all task will be inside this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select a country. So that is going to be my list. So once I selected this UK list, which is my country, and then I can select cities. Okay, let me give you a short, quick idea what we just did. So here what we did is we created three different lists. We stored them inside another list. Now what I'm going to do is here I have selected a country list. I am selecting one list. That means my UK list. Here we initiated my first image. Remember, I have to design three images now, one for UK, India, and then US. Here I have selected for my first list and I've done this task for my first list. That means my first image. And now I have selected this. This is for my UK list. I've selected the first element here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop over the country, which is the UK list. These are 5 elements. I'm going to write all 5 elements here, and then I'm going to show this image and store this. I don't need to show right now. I can remove this and then save this. The only problem I think I'm going to face is I'm going to save all images with same name, which is going to be a problem. So what I can do is I can either use the list name or I can just use their first city name. I think I can store them according to the date and then the city name. That will be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take the today's date and then store it here. So if I jump back to my point where I'm extracting date. Yep. So what I can do is I can take today's date, copy this one here. I can take today's date and then I can use my country, 0th element, and then .png. I need to convert this into string. This looks fine. I'm going to get today's date. Then I have the first city name, then PNG. If I run this one right now, remember I'm not going to show an image, I'm just directly going to save them. So I should now have 3 images. Jump onto my folder again. Here you can see I have 3 images, which is Jaipur, London and New York. If I open this one, okay, this is fine. I have the content. This is also fine. This is also fine. And also you can see even when we have 4 digits, it's perfectly visible. All the content is, nothing is overlapping. I hope you got the idea. Okay, this works well. Also, we are saving it according to date, then it should be fine and there should be no confusion if I'm going to run this program again tomorrow or whenever I want. So I hope you got the idea and you understand what we are doing. Now in the next lecture, let us also talk about how to save this in the form of maybe PDF. So since we are using this PIL, we can also store this content in the form of PDF. At this point of time, I'm just storing this in the form of PNG, but let's store in the form of PDF also. I hope you got the idea till now whatever we have done. If not, make sure you utilize this current code and also make sure you understand that we are selecting cities for country and we are selecting country from country list. Hey there, welcome back. So in the previous lecture, we got to understand how to utilize 3 different lists and then publish all of them in the form of .png. Now let us talk about how to store them in the form of .pdf. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy them exactly the same way and just try to store this in the form of PDF. If I save this one and run this right now, so here you can see I got an error. So if you check, I got an error on line number 56, which is about my PDF. And here I'm going to get an error. Let me copy this error and try to search what I'm going to get. So right click, Ctrl+C, just jump onto my Google, search about the error. You can see I'm getting an error while converting PNG to PDF, and let's see what's the solution. So here we need to convert our PNG from RGBA to RGB. Okay. Yeah, we can do that with these method. Also, while saving, we have options regarding resolution and all the other stuff. So the first recommendation I will give you is to search about this on the documentation. So you can just jump onto this documentation and get all the information, which is going to work pretty well. The second thing is about the error. I strongly recommend to search more about on different error forums like Stack Overflow definitely. Okay, so if our mode is RGBA, I just need to convert my current. So okay, let me copy this one since I have my image selected. So this is my image and I need to convert this into RGB. Okay, let me save this one, try to run this one again. I'm still getting this error. Okay, I need to save this actually. I need to overwrite my image and then save this. This is fine now. Run this one again. Okay, no error this time. If I jump back to my folder, you can see I got the image as well as the PDF. We can work on naming later, we can work on designing later, but I hope you got the idea. So this is the current design and I think this is fine. Also the content is okay. This was our main requirement and I think we are able to deliver this. I hope you got the idea on how to write something on image, how to design an image, how to take these position and lot of other stuff. And definitely I hope you got the idea how to use Google to search different tasks, how to work with documentation, and specifically how to work with this OpenWeatherMap API. That's it for this quick project. Now what you can do is, there are few other options that you can integrate. Either you can integrate the SMTP lib and then send an automated mail. The second thing is you can use your Twitter developer account and then automate posting this content regularly. So that means once you run this one, you can just create these images and then automatically post on Twitter. You can also use other social media platforms and their API and do a lot of automation. I hope this lecture was helpful. Thank you for following, and I see you guys in the next one. Hey there, welcome back. Now till now you are able to understand how to design this for an Instagram post or maybe a Facebook or Twitter post. Since till now we were using this type of image, that means a square one, which is most commonly have a size of 1080 by 1080. Now the task that you have to do is take it as an assignment or maybe a homework. What you are going to do is utilize this particular structure, this particular image, which is of story size, Instagram stories or maybe Facebook stories, and try to do the same task on this image. That means you have to find the right position, you have to add content, you have to write a content that is this information about latest weather forecast, and then you have to publish the date here, and then you have to write city name and temperature and humidity. So you have to do all this task by yourself. You can consider this as a part of assignment or maybe a homework or just a practice task. So you will get a better understanding about how to get the positions right, or how to maybe you want to change the size, because at this position you need to change size from 30 or maybe 20, 25, something like this. So I hope you got the idea what you have to do. Utilize this image and do the same task that we did for a big image, that is 1080 by 1080. Thank you for following the course. I hope you had great learning session throughout the journey. Make sure to hit the like button. It is going to help me a lot to crack this complete YouTube algorithm. Also, if you have any doubt, if you have any suggestion or how you like this course or not, make sure to add a comment. Or maybe if you have any suggestion for my next video, make sure to add a comment. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to bring a lot more projects. And if you want to build similar projects, if you want to learn data structures and algorithm, Django framework and lot more thing, don't forget to check out courses.unwildlearning.com and utilize the coupon code YouTube, link in description. That's it. Thank you for following, and I see you guys in the next one.